What's going on, guys? It's Avery here. About to pop into the gym, sitting in the parking lot again. I feel like my voice is nice and deep for this one. It's like been going out lately. I don't know, I've been pushing pretty hard lately with like consistency in the gym, diet, working, all these things. And I think it's my body's like trying to adjust. So I got this nice deep sort of voice thing happening because I'm like losing it. But anyway, I don't want to talk about nonsense for too long. Let's kind of get into the topic here. It might be a little bit of a clickbait title if you're expecting some kind of like relationship type of video where I just lament about an ex and how much I miss them and what you can do for your relationship and this and that, blah, blah, blah. This video is going to be a little bit more honestly about consistency and how things take time. So it is true, I recently sort of had a relationship that like fizzled out, and we kind of got to the point where we both decided it's better to just not talk to each other. And we've gone North Carolina, we've gone no contact, right? And a lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people will find this to be like a really painful thing, and honestly I have as well. It's been maybe a little more than 3 months, and yeah, those first couple of months, man, are very difficult, and you just think about them like nonstop. You think about them like every day, every hour you wake up. It's the first thought in the morning, and it's the last thought before you go to sleep, and you're probably like checking their socials sort of lightly without trying to notify them and stuff. And you know, the only thing you can do, what's great about no contact, is that you just don't reach out to them, you don't communicate with them, and you kind of like resist that urge to be a loser sort of clingy boy and like hit them up and be like, oh, what are you doing? Did you change your mind yet? All this stuff. All you do is just continue to kind of let them go and live your own life. And the thing about no contact is that it takes a while for either this person to want to come back, or for really what the main point of no contact is, which is for you to kind of just let go and forget about them and move on and continue with your own life as you were sort of before you met them. And the main thing I want to talk about today is how this stuff takes time. You know, everything that's good in life, everything that's worth doing, it takes time. It takes not days, not really weeks, and not even just like a month, but really everything takes probably like multiple months if you're really wanting to see like a good result from something, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's like learning a skill, whether it's you know, doing a martial art, learning an instrument. I would say probably like the 3 to 4 month mark. You know, just imagine you get like a bad injury or something, not like you cut your finger, but like you really like, I don't know, break a bone or something. It takes about 3 to 4 months for you to really start to notice like a big change, start to notice, you know, in the case of an injury, like a healing, or in the case of going to the gym, it's probably about the 3-month mark of consistent effort where you'll actually start to notice some change in your body, some like real change that you can see in the mirror, where you're like, okay, I can kind of see my work is paying off. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is it's like you need to stay with things for oftentimes longer than you think you do. A lot of people, it's just like, man, maybe if I don't see a payoff within a couple days, within a couple weeks, I'm kind of wanting to give up, or I'm like, maybe this isn't working. But what is interesting that no contact has kind of taught me is like, you can still feel this like pain and this reverberation of a lost relationship for like months and months and months after the fact, after you stop talking, after things have ended. And what that tells me is like, we need to start looking at things on a much longer timetable than what a lot of people are looking at things. Like, the body takes months and months to adapt to a new paradigm, to a new program. And you just need to be able to stick with things for like months and months. That's what I'm trying to get across here. It's not really like, good things don't happen fast. Even if you start a new diet and you're like, I'm going to eliminate the processed foods from my diet and see how that affects me and see how I'm feeling better. Like, a lot of people, they'll do this stuff and then after a week they'll be like, oh, I'm not really feeling any different or looking any different or this or that. It's like, you have not given yourself enough time to adapt and to see the benefits of this new thing you're doing. And a lot of things don't just happen on a purely like upward trajectory. Like, people want to think they'll start doing something and it's just like a perfect slope up. It's more of like a stock or something. Like, imagine like a stock that's doing pretty good. Like, it has its big up moments and it has its dips and it has its kind of ups and dips, but the overall trajectory is like, it's going up. But along the way of that going up, it's going to kind of come down. You'll be like, okay, I'm feeling good, but then your body, maybe you'll have one day where you're really craving the processed foods, and maybe you're going through some kind of like withdrawal process where your like body is like, dude, where is the M&Ms? Where is the starch? Where is the sugar? Where is the stuff that you're normally giving me that's like giving me this dopamine? And it's like starting to realize it's not there. And then that's when you kind of have maybe like a bad day. Maybe you're having a stomach issue, or you're having like a little bit of like mental fatigue or brain fog or something, because your body's finally like, I'm not getting any of this good feeling stuff, so let me kind of send some withdrawal signals to this guy to let me see if he can we can get him back on the old path to doing the things that are not good but like feel good in the short term. And you just have to like ride out the hard part of like sticking with it, going through the bad days, and just following that trajectory overall to a better place. And that's what's kind of going on with anything, with no contact, with a workout regimen. You just have to stick with it and be consistent. And it's so cliche, but yeah, being consistent is like everything with everything in life. And just being focused and staying on that path and enjoying maybe the days that feel better, and just kind of riding out maybe the days that are like a little bit less fun. I think that's really like the test from God or the universe or whatever. It's like, sometimes you'll start something new and it's like, it's fun in the beginning, right? It's like, ooh, this is something new. So you're almost getting like dopamine from that, where you're like, here we go, I'm changing up the diet, I'm going to the gym. And you get a little bit of like spike from that novelty. But it's those days where you feel like you're not making any progress, or you're not feeling any better. And you're a couple weeks into something and it's sort of, you feel like it's not paying off. And that's where your brain really starts to play all these tricks on you and makes you want to quit something. In like the case of no contact, you'll do it for a couple weeks and you'll be like, dang, I still wake up and I'm still missing them and I'm still crying about them and all this shit. And that's when people will like break no contact, because they'll be like, well, it's been a couple days, it's been a couple weeks, so let me like reach out to them again because I'm not really feeling any better. And it's like, dude, you really didn't stick with it for the long term. You really didn't give it the time that it needs. Like, just things take time and consistency, and things take longer than you would expect. And I think that's really the main thing I wanted to talk about today, was just like, put in the time, man. Commit to something and like ride it out, and realize that the low parts of the experience of committing to something are probably the most important parts, like the days where you wake up, you feel tired, you don't feel motivated, you don't feel like something's working. Just try to pull back and like get away from the emotional part of your brain that is making you want to break, sort of, and just pull back and use the logic part of your brain to be like, dude, it's only been like a couple weeks since I stopped talking to this person. It's only been a couple weeks since I started hitting the gym. Like, pull back from the emotional and go into the logical and just be like, I'm doing this for the long haul, no matter what. And then it's almost going to be impossible to not see results if I just stick with it. If I don't let the low part deter me and I just stick with the commitment of whatever I'm doing, that's when you're going to see results, and you're probably going to actually see results around like the 3 to 4 month mark of doing something, and whatever it is. And that's really the hard part, and that's the rewards you get. Like, if everybody could be a pro guitarist or something, it would sort of lose its value. If everybody could start a business, if everybody could do these things that take time, it would lose its value, and you wouldn't really feel like you're being rewarded by God or by the universe. It's like staying in that commitment, staying in the fire when you feel like you're not getting the feedback you want, and just sort of having faith. That's where you're going to see the results come in. So here we go, second video on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try to get like a little mount or something for the car so I can like mount this stuff up and get like a little nicer angle or something. I feel like I'm like, you're right up on me, coming up under my chin or something. But it's good to talk to you guys. This is the kind of stuff I want to talk about on this channel: mindset, consistency, self-improvement, all that kind of stuff. So if you like this content, you like these sort of raw talks, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. It's good to talk to y'all. I'll catch you later. Bye.